This is imperative. So I figured we could start it with this because we've got a lot to talk about. You got a lot going on.
Yeah.
Which I love. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm going to alley-oop. You just dunk them right home.
Okay.
The first thing I do want to talk about is I want to talk about this picture right here. Now, tell me the light cycle was fantastic. How was that experience?
Yeah, it was great.
Is it still cast preview? Is that over? Is it open to the public? How's that all work?
It is annual pass holder preview. And so we got an email saying, hey, you're going to, there's a window where you can call in.
Okay.
Or go online and get in the virtual queue to get in the virtual queue.
Gotcha. You gotta love a virtual queue. We're very good at queuing.
So I waited for it. I got the email, went and it clicked on, and then you press a button, and then you sit for 2 hours.
Oh.
Yeah. And,
wait, you sit in the first virtual queue?
Yeah. So
to get into the actual virtual queue.
Well, so like I'm at the house. This is a couple of weeks ago, and got the email, and it said go at this particular time. Go to the app and enter the virtual queue.
Okay.
I think that's how it worked. I don't remember. And so still at the house a couple of weeks ago, and do all that, and it says you are in line, and you have, it said an hour to wait. That turned into more like an hour and a half.
Okay.
But
so you're just on your phone for an hour and a half just watching. Is there a number? Is there something that tells you?
It's counting down. It's refreshing, and I'm doing stuff around the house.
Sure. Just check back into it.
And then eventually it came up, and it said you're in.
Okay.
And you pick a date, and then a time, and you go. So,
nice and easy.
But I know a lot of people who did that and did not get. They were on hold for like 2 hours, and
they never made it to the second queue. They never actually got to reserve their time.
Yeah, and then it said, "Oh, you're full."
How close are the reservations held to the reservation you make? Like if you book a 1 o'clock, is it pretty much spot on 1 o'clock? I imagine it's Disney, so they're going to run it tight.
Yeah, well, it's like we had 1:30 today, so you got to be there at 1:30. You get in line, and so we actually got there at like 1:15, and we stood in line for
15 minutes.
15 minutes.
Instead of standing in line for however long people will stand in line for this ride.
And then they let all the 1:30 people go.
Gotcha.
And then they started lining up the 2 o'clock people.
Nice.
And then all the 2 o'clock people go.
Man.
So we were fairly near the front, I guess, in the 1:30 group. So we walked on pretty quickly.
Nice, dude.
And it was a great experience. I mean, it's different than any other ride.
Do you think the longer the queue to a degree, the bigger the excitement or the bigger the anticipation? Like if you get to the ride and you're just able to get right on it, do you think part of the experience is connected to the anticipation of the ride? And if the queue is reduced, it kind of reduces the anticipation?
As a matter of fact, I really, like when FastPass was going on, I kind of almost bemoaned that at FAT because having worked at Disney for 5 years and knowing Imagineers, I know how much work they put into the queues to make them interesting. And like a test track, you can design your own car and then you race your car. But if you're in the Fast Pass, you don't do any of that. You just walk on the ride. You
zip right through.
Right. So there's times where I would just go through the queue to see everything.
Yeah. Because they make the queues fairly interesting.
Yeah.
As you're walking through, it's not just people.
Yeah.
Some parts of it are just people, but when you actually get inside and you see them, like, man, there's so much design and creativity. We're surrounded by it. Kind of going through the queue is a part of it.
I don't know if you've done Forbidden Journey at Universal.
I have
Harry
not.
Potter, because that queue is as good as the ride. I mean,
really,
that because you go through Hogwarts and you tour through.
I only did the
parts.
one where you fly through and you're trying to duck, dodge, dip, dive, and dodge. And there's one of the bad guys is throwing some fireballs at you. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's been around for a while.
Yeah,
I don't know which one that is.
That's the one.
Yeah,
it was the first.
Dude,
one
it's
there.
Beautiful.
It's in the castle, but you got to go through all the way through Hogwarts. And all the
there's
stuff
like the little guys at the bank.
Yeah.
Is that the right one?
No, that's Gringotts.
Gringotts what? Gringotts something, or is it just Gringotts?
It's Gringotts.
I do know what you're talking about. That's the one that I and the animatronics there. I don't know if that's what it is. Incredible, dude.
Yeah. Oh, they're crazy.
It's like walking through the and it's like walking through what I would imagine would be the real location.
You
know,
keep
as
waiting
you're walking
for them
through.
to look up at you and go move.
Dude, it's weird. It's weird. So I wanted to ask you about that. I haven't lived the fast pass life. I haven't lived like the cast preview life. Maybe a long time ago, one of my friends may have worked for Disney, but that's 20 plus years ago. I don't know. But I always wonder if that takes a little bit away from the anticipation or from the experience of walking through that queue. Clearly it does, because you brought up a great thing. I was actually thinking patience, just waiting for it. And then another part of it was actually, like you said, there's so much design that goes into it. So Tron, 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 11 out of 10. How you feeling?
I would probably say an 8.5.
Really?
Yeah.
Man.
I mean, it was good. I don't really know that I'm going to run and want to do it again.
Gotcha.
To be fair, we didn't get the full experience. There
Okay.
is supposed to be 2 lines running, and there's some sort of interaction between the 2 sides.
Gotcha.
There's blue team and green team.
All right.
And we didn't get to experience that. So it was
Gotcha.
just a solo run. So I don't know. But I mean,
Do you think that would put you over the yes, I definitely want to go back? That one
it
element.
could.
That's,
I mean,
yeah,
I will
it's
go
possible.
back once that's running up.
Sure.
It'll be a virtual queue at that point in time, I'm sure.
How much evolution do you think you'll see from cast preview to like a year into the software running, a year into the program and the ride running, or is it pretty?
Theoretically, I think not much.
Yeah.
I actually have a friend who worked on this ride, and so we're going to talk tonight. I said I have notes. I'll
Nice,
talk.
dude. That's awesome, man.
But yeah, I mean, I think the idea is to have it show ready
Yeah.
from the beginning, and then the big thing about Disney is not changing things for years.
Yeah.
Eventually they do, and I'm glad about that. But they want everybody to come in and have the same experience.
Yeah, I was a huge original movie Tron fan. I was a great Tron Legacy fan. I was a huge Daft Punk fan when they came out with the soundtrack for Tron Legacy, which immediately became one of my favorites. It's such a beautiful, gorgeous movie.
I used to listen to the Tangerine Dream soundtrack
Oh,
from
nice,
the first
dude.
one. all
Dude,
the time.
underrated. Underrated. I watch
Yeah.
it now, and of course the computer, just the graphics, I get that. But when you really look at it for the time that it came out, and just the concept itself, what an incredible thing, especially for Tron Legacy to do as well as it did. I thought it was a brilliant movie. I thought it was really good.
Tonya had not seen the original. We sat down and watched the 2 back to back.
Nice, dude.
We watched the original 1982, and then and then the newer one back to back. It's quite different.
Oh man, budget and technology.
Technology, yeah. I mean, back in 1984, I mean, nobody had it. I mean, I had a TRS 80 Model 3, which was it was huge. I mean, this is what we have now, and it was crazy.
Yeah.
How big that was and heavy, and you access the internet with tape decks.
Oh, fantastic.
You had a tape recorder, and that's how you would load programs on cassette tape.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was what year? 84?
That was like 84, 83.
And now here we are with incredible stuff.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
Technology we don't even know about yet.
Yeah.
We got a lot going on. We're going to talk about Rogue Stage. I heard a boop, and that means my man Moshi is here.
Yeah.
Do you know Moshi? Do you know of Moshi Moshi Entertainment?
I do not.
Big deal.
But yeah. I've
Huge deal, especially
heard
Central
about
Florida.
all the different conventions and parties that
incredible.
He puts together,
Two brilliant minds. I will say this because I see him right there, Moshi. He always looks young and ripped. Every time I've known Moshi for probably
so he's
going
to
on
fit right in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Probably going on 6 years. I think he's part vampire. He gets younger and he just looks stronger and stronger every time I see him. He's a fantastic dude. One of the hardest workers that I met in a long time. But let me bring in Moshi, and then we're going to chat Rogue Stage because I've listened to the soundtrack. Jess and I listened to it on the way back.
Yeah.
Bro, it was awesome, dude.
Thanks,
awesome. I'm air drumming like a maniac. Like I was losing my mind. So I was happy to talk to you about that. We're going to talk about that right after we chat with Moshi. Let me bring Moshi and make sure we can hear him. Everybody sounds good.
Oh, yo!
I told you. Look.
Young and ripped, as promised.
Just young and ripped.
As foretold.
As promised.
Oh, I hate you.
Good to see you, dude. How are you, man?
Good. I wish my hair grew like yours, though.
Oh, Tom, I'm on the Tom diet. So you can go to Thom Mesrobian, growsthelusciouslocks.com. I actually got this from his top 10 steps on how to do it. As you can see, I mean, it's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's Thom, Moshi, Tom. I'm so glad to have both you guys on at the same time. I figure you're going to physically be here. You can co-host with me. We're going to chat with Moshi about MegaCon.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff coming up. So Moshi from Moshi Entertainment has been in the entertainment business he's actually 26, but somehow he's been in the entertainment industry for about 47 years.
Yeah.
It's pretty incredible.
Makes sense.
And he's doing a Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night after party for MegaCon, and they are bonkers.
Awesome.
Absolutely incredible. He does some next level stuff. So I've known Moshi for a couple years. Again, one of the hardest working dudes, as are you, which is one of the reasons I'm so happy to have both you sexy sons of bitches here together. So Moshi, what's up, man? Thank you for stopping by. I know you always got a lot going on, and I know you're a very linear person. So little introduction, tell the people who you are, and what are we going to talk about tonight? Because I don't even know.
Oh, I thought we talked about this already.
We may have.
No.
Shit.
Do you under the bus? No, that's a joke. Yeah, I'm Moshi from Moshi Moshi Productions, not Moshi Entertainment.
Damn. I'll get it.
You did it again.
I do it all the time. So I'm sorry. I gotta go.
No. Yeah. All right, so I'm Moshi from Moshi Moshi Productions. Thanks for an introduction. Yeah, we've been doing this for, 22 years doing productions, and this is our 13th annual MegCon official, not someone trying to do a party on the side or official parties. They trust us to do their official parties. So this is our 13th annual MegCon party. Yeah, I don't know what else to say, man. Like, I hate you always ask me, like, tell us about yourself. I hate that.
Well, let's talk about this. Let me just bring it right into it. Let's chat about this bad boy right here. What's going on here, dude? There's a lot happening here, and this is so. Just make sure MoshiParties.com. I see your caption at the very bottom, MoshiParties.com. So this is kind of what we're here to talk about. There's a lot going on, and from what I understand, Moshi, I might be able to get you for a couple minutes during some other Monday, Wednesday, or Friday broadcast to chat a little bit about this. So, where do you want to start? Do you want to start with? I mean, the kickoff, chill out. Always fun. The Imperial March, bro. Your Friday night is going to be nuts. Your Saturday night is going to be to the wall. So that, I mean, I don't even know where to start, man.
All right, so I mean, just it's basically pretty much the same lineup as last year, but just taking things to the next level. Thursday it's the kickoff party, which we always do. It's at Ice Bar Orlando. We got more room than last year. Basically, it's free from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. if you have your MegCon badge. And then on Friday, we have the Imperial March, which is at the Rosen Plaza, Club 39. So it's all Star Wars theme. You don't know who's going to show up. But yeah, it's all, just the Sith and, the core, just the love of Star Wars. And thank you, Mandalorian, coming during March.
Dude, I love this, man. Dancing, drinking, performers, giveaways, contests, photo booth. Dude, you got to love a good photo booth.
Right.
Imperial March. And like you said, I mean, and it's MegaCon. So you always have premier cosplayers at MegaCon. They come from all over the world. So you literally have we don't know, but I guarantee you it's going to be some serious Imperial marching Star Wars talent that rolls into that on Friday night. I think it's going to be fantastic, man. You always put on a great show. I'm super excited.
Yeah, we started talking about that theme, maybe about 2.5 months ago. And, we haven't done a Star Wars party since Celebration. Celebration came here, if I'm right, 2 years. We did Dark Side Grotto 1 and Dark Side Grotto 2. So I've been itching to do another Star Wars party. And then our team's like, yeah, it's March, Imperial March. It worked perfect. So I'm like, yes.
I just got that.
I just got that too. Okay, we're not alone. Okay, man. He goes. Thankfully they did it in March, and I was like, yeah. Thankfully they did it in March. I mean, I agree. Well, I was thinking that in my head. Yeah. I'm like, I just made that connection, and you spoke my mind. Thank you,
uncool
sir.
enough to say it.
at least I'm not alone.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Have you had a chance to check out any of the, do you do MegaCon, the Super Cons, the Tampa Bay Comic Cons?
I love all things sci-fi, Star Wars, all that. I have never been to a convention of any kind.
I would say the best way to start with a convention is with the after party on Friday night, the Imperial March.
Well, I just had this vision of Moshi. You probably don't know this. I have a Shark Tooth Sam as my character that I do at Fringe, and we'll talk about that probably at another day. But
because I have that pulled up too. We got a lot. You got a lot going on too.
I had visions of me as Shark Tooth going to MegaCon and interviewing cosplayers. That would be pretty fun.
That would be fantastic.
Do some TikToks.
Moshi, his Shark Tooth is off the chain. You did Best of the Fest for Fringe last year, yeah?
Yeah.
Incredible show.
Yeah.
Incredible show. 2 weeks Fringe. I get to be a part of it this year. I'm really excited.
Yeah.
A little part of it, but I'm super stoked. Even a little part, I got a seat at the table, baby. I love that. And you're going back for number 2. Show me your booty. Let me see your booty.
Let me see your booty.
Let me see your booty.
Show me your booty.
And
we'll
the
get
first
you in
one
trouble.
was Be a Pirate.
Yeah.
Which was incredible. Awesome.
Thanks
we got the man. There's so much going on. So it's crazy. Like both of you guys in the entertainment world, super focused, super hardworking. Moshi's got so much going on. You got so much going on, and I'm wondering how and when those entertainment paths will naturally kismet cross.
For sure. Well,
You
I
know?
mean, last year MegaCon and Fringe were the same weekend, and that was a disaster.
Yeah.
Because
That's right.
the Venn diagram of people that go to MegaCon and people who go to Fringe is a circle,
Absolutely.
and everybody went to MegaCon.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
man.
at Fringe was like, hello.
Yeah, Fringe this year
Tumbleweeds
is
going
in May.
by. Yeah, Tumbleweeds in May. March or Fringe is in May every year.
Yeah.
Same weekend. But just the way the calendar fell last year, it was the same as
Yeah.
MegaCon, and that was not great for
That was
for
tough
Fringe.
because, like you said, it's circular.
Yeah,
The Venn diagram
yeah,
just, yep,
yeah.
there it is right
Second
there.
weekend was great, but the first weekend,
No
a
bueno.
little bit of a ghost town.
It's good that there's some distance. That means we will both have some time to go to some of these after parties.
There you
So
go.
normally I try to make it to the Saturday one. So my pirate, I do Eric from Little Mermaid. Not that great, not much
Yeah.
of a pirate, but my only kind of time-esque
Sure.
person.
Sure.
But I would Eric it up with your shark tooth salmon and MegaCon after party on Saturday night, losing our freaking minds, bro. That'd be crazy. That'd be awesome, man. So Imperial March. Yes, I just got
Yeah.
that full circle, dude. Tell us about Saturday. What is Bloodstone? I don't even know what that is. Do you know
It's
what
the name of my
Bloodstone
band in high school.
is? It really?
Yeah, no.
Get out of here. Stop it. Both of you guys. I hate both of you.
So for Saturday night, Bloodstone, I mean, we've always wanted to do a monsters party. So after when Werewolf by Night came out, I was like, this is perfect. We've always wanted to do a monsters party. So it's kind of tied into that Marvel movie. If no one knows, Bloodstone basically from that movie is the Bloodstone can control monsters, also gives that person a special power to have superhuman strength. So the whole party's geared around this stone that can control other monsters. So I'm not, well, actually I can give it out because it says it in the title theme of the verbiage of our Eventbrite and the verbiage on all that. Never mind.
Nice.
So basically, Dracula is the new person that got the Bloodstone, and he's controlling all of his monsters to come to their first con.
That's awesome.
Don't want to say what monsters are coming, but they selected their favorite cosplay to be on stage to perform.
Hell yeah.
With Dracula himself.
And Bloodstone figured prominently in the Werewolf by Night Marvel
Really?
one shot.
I was about to
that
say
came out.
one of my favorite things about Moshi is like he's into this lifestyle, but he's like into the lore, to the history, to the categorization. He's into the stories, and he knows and I love that. He's not just guys like, I can do some parties at MegaCon and make some money off these
Right,
geeks.
right.
He's like, I am a geek. He's like, we're all part.
Yeah.
We're all part into it, man.
Yeah, anybody can throw a party and just get a DJ on stage and two girls dancing on stage. I mean, we do our performances that it's an actual show. It's not a rave or anything like that. We create a theme and a storyline, and we put, we make videos that go on the screen. Basically, our intros are either at 10 p.m. or at 10:30, just depending on the crowd. We want the room filled, and we play a video on stage that, engulfs you into the theme of the party. And then it goes from there.
Man. Yeah.
And the whole theme of the whole party, just you get it.
That's
it's just
awesome.
It's easy just to put a DJ on stage and lighting and all that. So we've always done that for 13 years with MegaCon and maybe 15 years more. So I'm always about just a production, not just the easy way out.
No, that's awesome, and I think that speaks to the longevity and success of Moshi parties. That's why, you're like, hey, we're doing Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night official MegaCon after parties, not like a party after MegaCon.
Right.
So I think that really speaks to just the quality of the work and the longevity of Moshi parties and your evolution there. It's interesting to hear both of you guys talk about show production, Queen of Swords, and listening to the musical production, bro. Moshi, I don't know, is that public? Can people listen to it? It's just a website, right?
No, it's on Spotify.
I wanted to ask because I think Moshi would really dig it, dude. He let me listen to an album that he created for Queen of Swords. You co-wrote it with Ben
Shepler.
Shepler.
Yeah.
Ben Shepler.
Yeah, no, we put out like 6 songs.
Dude,
about a year ago on all streaming services.
Great music production. I'm excited to see this whole thing come to fruition, man. It has to be such a great vision, and again, both you guys just working with so many parts and pieces, bringing the best quality you can possibly bring to the stage. Literally, which is just so fun. If you are free that Saturday night, I don't party too long, but I always go to see my boy Moshi. I'll stop in for a little bit, shake some hands, give some hugs, but I have a bedtime. I'm like, yo, I gotta go. I hear
that. We'll talk about it.
Through it. He knows what I'm talking about. Like, we go to bed early, but we through it.
Oh, absolutely, dude. Well, you got to party, but also, to have that energy, you have to have some type of regiment to kind of keep that going. I'm excited for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, dude. It's going to be so cool. From what I understand, we talked about having you on maybe a couple more times before MegaCon. Yep. Maybe figure out some good nights where we got some good people, and maybe give out some little things, whatever the things you want them to be. I'm always about giving stuff away,
Yeah, tonight, just run whatever contest you want, man. We'll give 2 passes away to the Saturday party. So you think of whatever you want to do tonight.
Nice, dude. That's trivia. Awesome, man. 2 passes away. How much are the passes for the Saturday party?
Well, I mean, if you're walking through the door, it's 40, but
nice.
We're at different tiers. So right now, I think we're at like 25 right now.
Nice, dude.
Ahead of
That's
time.
Awesome.
We'll go up. From there. They're all limited tickets, so
nice, dude. So two passes tonight. So whoever wins whoever wins. We have people from outside of the country. Most of the people that are in here from outside of the nation, except for Henderson Reach. Henderson Reach. Do you know this Moshi maniac? Can't wait for the parties. Are you guys going to Moshi's parties? Rocking out the yay for 2 free passes. Do you know this lovely lady? She looks like trouble. I'm just going to throw it out there.
She looks like trouble. I think I might know her. I told her I was coming on this show.
That's awesome, dude. That's awesome, man. We got one. Hey, we got one. One's great.
Hey. Give her free.
You get him, Henderson. Congratulations.
That was the contest. Show up.
Show up. Yeah. Dude, we're guys. We're very simple. We're very simple. Really just show up. Yeah. We're really easy. We don't require much, man. We're low maintenance. Henderson, you got it. Yeah, bingo. You got it, Henderson. You just got 2 free passes the Saturday night show at Moshi. Congratulations. You won.
Our work here is done.
Our work is done, Tom. That's awesome. Thank you very much, dude. Moshi, I appreciate you jumping in, dude. Could I throw you some dates and have you jump on another Moshi Monday? Moshi Mondays for MegaCon? Get out of here. It writes itself, dude. Henderson said she loves you, Tom. That was for you. That's actually what it was for.
Sure was.
That's what it was for. Moshi Mondays for MegaCon, bro. I love it. That'd be fantastic. Yeah, dude. I'm gonna tear it up, my boy Tom. We're gonna listen to some music, and I'd like to have you back, Moshi. If that could be super cool, man, that'd be awesome. We can keep it going. Let me know. I know you got a lot going on. I know, and it's totally cool, dude. Your message the other day, heartwarming. Thank you very much for that. But brother, the door is always open. You and me are both busy. We're both busy dudes. So 100%, man. So let me know whenever you have some free time, any of those Mondays, and we'll bring you in for a little bit. We'll chat about what you got going on. We'll give away some tickets, and we'll promote the shows.
Just let me know, brother.
My dude.
Sweet, man. Good to meet you, man.
I love you, man.
Same, dude.
The cheerleader ever.
Oh, you're awesome, Moshi. Thank you, bro. give the family a big hug, and we're gonna chat Queen of Swords. I think Moshi would like Queen of Swords. Moshi, if you let me know if you want to go check out Queen of Swords with me, we'll make it a Moshi mandate. Yeah.
Oh,
get it? Mandate?
Yeah. Man, love it. Here, I'm hugging. Oh.
That's awesome. Oh, yeah. What's up, buddy? We'll talk to you soon, Moshi. Thank you so much, dude.
Hey, thank you, brother.
You got it, man. Have a good night.
Bye.
Later. Good to meet you.
Bye, guys. I love Moshi, dude. He's such a hardworking guy.
Yeah, man.
He's an inspiration, man. He really has been for a long time. Like, you go and you just see the passion in the things he does from A to Z. Every little detail, and it's so cool to walk through. It's almost like walking through a presentation. Yeah, you can party and you can dance, but just to walk around and see the dynamic of it is incredible.
Yeah,
So I will probably leave early on Saturday night, but if you want to go, let me know. I know a guy.
We'll see.
I know a guy. It'll be fun. I'm down to put on my pirate boots. Jess loves them. So let's chat about. Let's jump right into it, man. I do want to. I do want to talk about this right here. Let's get this bad boy up. All right. So Queen of Swords. Well, actually, you know what? Let's do a little open tab here. Let's do a little open image in this tab and share this tab instead. How about we do that? We'll make it biggity big. I like that. Sweet, dude. Queen of Swords, a new rock musical.
Yeah.
Fantastic tracks.
Thanks.
Dude, I like how they blended into each other, almost like there was the next thing I know, we started on number 1 again. And I went, wait a minute. We listened to it all the way over again. Fantastic, bro.
Thanks, man.
Powerful performers, man.
Thanks. Yeah. Yeah, we Ben Shepler and we used to work together and at one of the parks here locally, and we just kind of started up a conversation, and he had helped me with my musical that I did. It was called Simpleton, The Legend of President Trump, and it was before he was elected president, and it was a parody of Hamilton, but instead of Hamilton, it was Simpleton. And that was at the 2016 Fringe, and it went gangbusters and sold out and sold the most tickets of any show at the Fringe and won all the awards, and it was
that was 2016.
That was 2016.
What was your contribution to that? What was your role there? What was you?
I co-wrote the lyrics and the book.
Nice, dude.
So it was almost all.
So you're no
music.
stranger to crushing it at a Fringe show.
We've had a good run.
Yeah?
For Fringe, we take it. We take it seriously.
Absolutely. It's to be taken seriously.
I love agree. Well, you know, what I love about Fringe and Orlando Fringe, if you guys haven't been, go to Orlando Fringe, because it is just such a wonderful collection of artistic expression for 2 weeks here. And it's the longest running Fringe festival in North America. And just a quick primer, because a lot of people don't know where the word Fringe festival came in. So there used to be this huge theater festival in Edinburgh, Scotland, and
you hear how he did that?
Yeah,
trained actor.
And it was a theater festival, all like established shows. And on the fringe of that festival, people started putting up one-man shows and puppet shows and kids shows and burlesque shows and drag shows and all these stuff on the outskirts of the Edinburgh Fringe.
Nice, man.
And that became so popular that it became a thing unto itself. So now there are Fringe festivals, which are just festivals of creation, self-expression, all different art forms, from dancing to there was one that had wrestling in it one year,
to pirates,
to kids, to musicals, to one-man shows, and so those have sprung up all over the world. There's a whole circuit that goes through Canada, but the one in Orlando is. I believe it's the largest in the United States.
Wow.
And it's the longest running in North America. 33 years, I think.
So this will be 33 or this will be 34?
I think this is 33.
Wow.
Yeah.
And like you said, you take it seriously.
Yeah, yeah. And
it's a big deal.
But what I like about Fringe is that it is so wide open. You can come in, and I have seen shows that is one man in a folding chair or one woman and a dish towel, whatever, and it's a great show. But you can also have the fully produced show at Fringe, right? And there's room for those too. And you can go and see something that's tight and polished and well executed, and then you can go and see something that's just
ad-libbed,
a guy
put together, making it up as they go along.
Yeah, and there's room for everything.
That's awesome.
Just
welcomed room for everything, accepted
absolutely.
Room for everything, just expression.
Yeah. And it's
multiple locations, from what I understand.
Right. So there's I think 6 or 7 different, more than that, 8 to 10 different venues around all at Lock Haven Park in downtown Orlando. And then there's shows in each one of these venues. They're running concurrently. They're running all. So
you can't see all of them.
Right.
But you could see all
of
them.
There's 120 shows.
Wow.
And each of them have
big deal,
5 to 7 performances.
Wow.
Close to 50,000 people go every year over the 2 weeks.
That's awesome.
So it's
so now
really
I get
great
the thing
experience.
about MegaCon. I get the thing about that. And I remember last year it was happening simultaneously, because there were some people that I was supposed to see at MegaCon, but they had shows, and I have to leave. I have a show at 2:30, or I have a show at 7 o'clock, or I have a show.
Right.
And I was like, why would they do that? Orlando MegaCon, Orlando Fringe, it's the same sect of people. It's the same collection of performers and artists and cosplayers and dancers and everything.
Yeah.
And I get that now.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So this year,
far
apart, March and May.
Yep. Beautiful.
Man. And you've never been to a convention?
I have never.
I think you would enjoy it. Like for me, I'm either behind a table as an artist, or I go for a very short period of time. Like if go to actually walk around, I walk around, I check out everything. There's a lot going on. Then I usually just I bounce. I get the good experience. There's a lot of creativity. The energy is very high.
Yeah.
You know, I think for MegaCon we'll see 140,000 people this year over Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The main days being Saturday and Sunday.
Wow.
Friday's usually pretty good, but so much creativity, great cosplayers, good people, just people from all over the world. And then Moshi takes care of all the after parties.
Yeah.
Such a hard working dude. But I think there's I'm glad to see that separation that March and May. I'm really happy to hear that. There was a time one time they had Tampa Bay Comic-Con and SuperCon in Miami at exactly the same time. They were both big conventions in Florida that the same people went to.
Right.
You know, when everybody chose SuperCon. So Tampa Bay Comic-Con was desolate.
Yeah.
It was like you just walk around and you're like, man, this is crazy.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm glad they created some space there. I went to Fringe last year to see 2 shows. What's It or Who's It? It was with Bill and Tracy, and then I went to see Be a Pirate, which I'll admit in front of you, I teared up a little bit, and it was really good.
Thanks, man.
That was really, really good. I'm excited I'm excited that there's a number 2. Show me your booty. I'll steal your booty.
Let me see your booty.
Let me sleep. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Let me see your booty. The Return of Sharktooth Sam.
So much fun, dude.
Yeah.
Is it done? Is it written? Is it ready to rock and roll?
It is so written. I wrote this show.
It's not just written.
I think I wrote this show before. I mean, they'd even torn down the tents at Fringe. I mean, it was really. I got inspired.
Was it one of those things where it kind of wrote itself, and you just had to keep up with the story?
So yeah, a quick story on how this was inspired for me. And I know we're supposed to be talking about Queen of Swords.
No. We're talking Thom Mesrobian. That's what we're talking.
So part of Fringe is you have to get out and sell your show. You've got to go out and tell people why they should see your show, because you can't see all 120. So why should you come see your show? And I just talk to people. I find that's the best way, is to just get in and talk to people. And I was in character the whole time. I was dressed as a pirate walking around all the time. And there's this young 7-year-old boy, blonde hair down to his shoulders. And
you just walking around Lockhaven Park, just walking around the area.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I see this little boy, and I go to, oh, there, lad, what's your name? He says, Jack. I said, oh, Jack, that's a fine pirate name. I know many a pirate by the name of Jack. Some of them owe me money. But, Jack, tell me, are you going to come see my show? And he goes, well, yeah, I guess. And so I handed him a shark tooth necklace, and we gave him a little doubloon. And I said, all right, well, you come to the show. And he did. And he showed up with his 2 dads. And they sat right in front, and he was dressed to the nines. He had on a pirate hat. He had on an eye patch and a hook. He had on a coat. He had his little boots on, and he is ready to go. So I made him the yeoman. Him and his 2 dads made them the yeoman in the show. And so that, if you saw it, they were interactive, and they yell stuff out during the show, right? So I see his dad on the lawn a couple of days later, and I said, hey, how did you enjoy the show? He goes, oh, he loved it. He won't stop talking about it. And he's going to theater camp this summer.
Were you in character at this time as Shark Tooth Sam, or were you Thom? Okay, gotcha. So you're talking to Dad. You're like, what's up, dude?
But I'm like, yeah. I said, do you like the show? He goes, yeah, he loved it. But he's going to theater camp, and he's been writing at 7 years old. He's been writing narratives.
Writing?
Yeah, but it's things like things that happened to him, narratives.
Sure.
I went to the store. I played video games with my dad. Those kind of things. He said, after the show, Jack came up to him and said, is that guy really a pirate? And he goes, no, son, he's an actor. He made all that stuff up. And a light goes off over Jack's head, and he says, wait a minute, are you telling me I can just make stuff up and write it down? Yeah. And then Jack wrote a story about time travel.
Oh, at 7.
At 7. And I'm like, I'm done, man. I don't need to sell another ticket. I
so
don't need to do.
At that moment, he didn't realize that you could just create and tell a story.
Yeah.
Is that guy really a pirate?
And then he did.
And then he did it. He wrote a story about time travel at 7 years old.
That imagination of a child of just coming online is what inspired this next show.
And you were the spark, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
how do you feel about that?
It's
like you said, my job is done.
It's a pretty great experience to know that you had that kind of impact on.
Absolutely, I'm excited to see him chase this passion. To see
somebody
him
come up
5 or 10 years.
Yeah. Hopefully, he comes to the next show. But I had
looking at you, Jack. Sorry, that was scary. He's 8 now.
Yeah,
my bad.
Take it easy. But I had somebody else who saw the show and who was also a performer, and he goes, man, not only did seeing your show change the way I thought about storytelling, it changed the way I think about being a father. I'm like, okay, wow. I mean, I just can't imagine higher praise.
How
than
impactful that is.
And just,
not only to him, but then to
Yeah.
his entire family, his children, everybody.
Yeah.
Because everybody's impacted by how you're a father to
yeah.
your kids.
So, most of my shows, they look silly or they're funny. They usually tend to be comedies, but then inside them there is this serious heart. Like you said, you teared up a little bit.
Yeah.
Because
it's all those things. It is funny. It is goofy. It is sincere. It is kind of eccentric. But it simultaneously they all exist, and it's almost like watching a movie. Oh, that's a great movie. Watch it again, and you find this little subplot. You're like, I didn't even realize that was happening. Watch it again. You're like, man, it even goes another stage down. And I think Be a Pirate was just like that. It was just multi-tiered, just level after level after level. And it's like if you allow yourself to connect to those other things, you'll see they currently exist. So all of that simultaneously. It was a good story, dude.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
It was a really, really good story.
And this year we've turned it up. It's not just a solo show anymore. I'm bringing on one of my favorite actresses in all of Orlando. She, in fact, won the Critics' Choice Award for Best Individual Performance, Sarah Lockhart. And she's a tremendous actress. And she's going to be in the show with me.
Oh, man.
As Barefoot Billy.
How do you Fantastic. Billie?
Yeah.
Okay, good. That's what I've been telling people. They're like, you know how many times people have called me Billy Flood? Billieflood.
No.
A lot.
That's wow.
Yeah, a lot. And I was like, Billy, like Billie Jean. That's Michael Jackson. That's how you spell it for the feminine way, which is fine. I don't care. Just get my name right. As long as I get my coffee from Starbucks, I don't care how you spell Billy.
As long as the check clears.
It's bingo. Yeah. As long as my bank's like, yeah, we do this all the time. It's totally fine.
Right.
So you have a Barefoot Billy, Sarah Lockhart, joining you.
Yeah. So we Barefoot Billy is referenced in the opening show, in the first show.
Oh yeah.
And so now we meet Barefoot Billy.
And it just happens to be a beautiful, talented actress.
Yeah.
I love that.
But Sarah's such a chameleon.
One for the Billies.
She can play. She plays several different parts in the show.
Really?
The premise of the show is that Billy and Sharktooth are going to the annual telling of tall tales.
Okay.
The pirates gather every year, and yarn spinners come from around the globe, and they tell their tales. And the best winner is crowned the teller of tall tales, and Sharktooth is the reigning champion. So they're coming back, and so they're going to try out some material on the crowd. So that's the premise of the show. Is we're here to try out try out material, and you tell us how it is.
So a little fourth wall going on.
Yeah, lots of interaction.
You like that. I love that.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite things about live performing is the interaction.
Well, it keeps the audience awake because they never know when they're going to get called on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They don't want to miss out.
Right.
They look up and all of a sudden Sharktooth's been staring at them for 5 seconds
like,
and you have 200 people waiting on you to answer what your favorite color is.
Exactly.
That's awesome, dude.
So
That's
anyway,
going to be so
looking
much fun to
forward to
share the
that.
stage. That's going to be good.
But we'll talk more about that
Another
later.
time, another place.
Yeah.
Fringe Festival, big deal.
Yes.
I'm
huge.
super excited. I was talking to Bill Keevan and actually Tracy. I sent her my headshots today. Ooh. After I had to write my own bio, which is weird. Like, write a bio about yourself in 375 characters. Don't miss a thing. Yeah. It's going to go on everything. And I'm going, like, this will be fun.
You'll get used to it.
Yeah, I hope so. Tracy and I were just talking Fringe today. I'm glad you're here. I'm excited.
Yes.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. On just before that, prefacing Fringe, Queen of Swords.
Yeah.
And now, what did I listen to the other day? I know you sent me. Is that the order that they're performed? Is that kind of like the show? Is that the whole thing? Are they test tracks? What's going on?
So there's 20 songs in
smokes.
Queen of Swords. It's an hour and 15 minutes of music. And
dude, by the way, the deep one you sent me yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Awesome, bro.
Yeah.
What a great story.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a public one. We can't get into that, but dude, thank you very much.
You have some hot water.
No, $5. Yeah, man.
Some cash?
There's a bottle of water in the sure. There's a glass in the cupboard. There's bottles of water.
We had a lot of popcorn today.
Garage. Armenian popcorn?
No, it's just regular, just Disney popcorn.
Dude, that's just so good.
We had maple popcorn last night.
Wait, what?
Maple popcorn.
Maple popcorn?
Yeah, in Canada.
Get out of here. You were okay, gotcha.
We went to Epcot last night and Magic Kingdom today.
Maple popcorn.
We had things to do. Oh, we went and saw Daughtry.
How was that?
Dude is a rock star.
Well, yeah.
I mean, but like all of the cliches. I mean,
really?
He's got the sleeves on here. He's got his arms, man. He is swole.
Yeah.
He's got big old arms. Like every day is Arms Day in Daughtry's world. And
every day is Arms Day.
And he's got the scars that are blowing in the fan. I'm dying here.
No, you're good. So we were talking about Tom going to see Daughtry the other day. He gallivants. He gallivants Central Florida. We were talking about Tron a little bit. He's got Queen of Swords coming up. We got Fringe coming up, and he's talking to me about the 4 pound. How do you measure popcorn? Pounds, gallons, pounds.
Sure.
Ounces.
Kernels.
Lots of popcorn.
Yeah.
Hence the water. Daughtry.
Okay.
Swole.
Yeah.
Tattoos.
Yeah. And he's got these little thing. He does these huge tattoos on his arms, and he's got these platforms that he stands up on so he can like put one arm, one foot on top.
Oh yeah.
Kind of little Captain Morgan. And he's stuff's blowing in the wind. But I tell you, man, the dude is in great shape. He sounds fantastic.
Sounds good.
The sound mix was one of the best I'd ever heard at American Gardens.
Where'd you guys see him?
American Gardens Theater in
Gardens
Epcot.
Theater in Epcot.
Yeah, and like the drums hitting you right here, just
really?
like they're supposed to.
I heard he played Tampa
really
the other night,
mix.
and he cut the set a little short. He wasn't feeling too good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. He does. He was part of the Eat to the Beat series, or no, the Food and Garden Festival, whatever that's
nice,
called.
man. That's awesome.
But yeah, they have all kinds of bands. I mean, like old school stuff. Like Berlin is coming.
Berlin.
Yeah.
Really?
Terry Nutt is going to be there.
I
Rick
always
Springfield.
I always hope that musicians that we grew up on, you and I both, since we're the same age, musicians that we heard years ago are still musicians now. And now, granted, if you want to be, sometimes I think about being a dishwasher at some random small little restaurant, just minding my own effing business and washing dishes throughout the day, just eating bagels and washing dishes, taking something simple. I always wonder what happened to these big names in the 80s and the 90s. Are they still crushing it? Are they, are they a crossing guard to make sure their kids get to school on time, like safely? I'm very interested in the...
Did you ever listen to Vertical Horizon?
Yeah, dude.
Okay, so they're coming.
Oh, hell yeah.
Now, they had their album,
Dude.
which was... their
Vertical Horizon, check it out.
So
they're fantastic.
Yeah, they had their big solo.
Yeah.
Their big album, which was He Is Everything You Want. He is everything.
Yeah,
you
I can
need.
see. I can actually see it had a picture of a girl upside down with a sunset in the back.
But
that was
did
the
you ever
album
hear
cover.
their albums before that?
I heard some acoustic stuff. He had one called Sunrays and Saturdays, which I absolutely fell in love with.
Yeah, they were an acoustic duo, pretty much. I mean,
dude, check out Sunrays and Saturdays.
Okay.
I love that.
I'll have to look, but there's one album that is. I was like, this is not the same band.
Yeah.
They had a really big shift, and they got popular.
Good,
but I really
was it
liked
Big
other
Shift,
stuff.
Good Shift popular, or different shift
no,
societal
they
popular?
They had that one.
Everything
album
You
that
Want.
Hit well. Everything You Want.
Yeah, I think that was the name of the album.
Yeah.
It had great songs on there, dude. I love Vertical Horizon.
Yeah. But they're coming. I'm sure they'll play that song.
Dude, I'm so happy. I'm great. That's great to hear. The Vertical Horizon is still crushing it and booking shows. That's a big show. That's good money.
Yeah.
You got to have a good guarantee your Vertical Horizon, bro. Especially you're bringing the people.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Sure.
So Daughtry crushed it, but all the cliche rock star things.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Tattoos, muscles, stomp box.
Pretty much, everything.
Making it happen. Putting one foot up, singing into the microphone, making sure he flexes his muscles for the cameras.
Yeah. And he sounds great. I was a big fan of his from American Idol.
And I think he got third in that. Didn't he get third in there? But it brought him enough clout.
He's been riding it ever since.
I'm always
then.
interested in contracts like American Idol. I've seen some for The Voice. I've seen them for American Idol. They don't play, dude.
No.
So I always wonder. And they're
kind of better if you don't win.
John Lennon said sometimes. John Lennon said the worst part about music business is the business itself. And read your contracts and get an attorney. That's all I'm going to say. But also have fun.
Yeah.
So Queen of Swords.
Queen of Swords. So
I swear we're gonna make it.
So yeah, let's talk about the Queen of Swords. So in 2015, while I was working on Simpleton, I came across this story of a woman on YouTube named Julie Daubigny, and she was a real life woman who lived at the end of the 17th century. She grew up working in the stables in Versailles. She without any mother, just history doesn't remember her mother, but to her father, who was apparently not a great guy. But she went on to become the prima donna of Opera Paris. She was the first contralto, which is a low-voiced female, to ever be the prima donna, the first voice of Opera Paris. So she was a superstar. Now, opera back then was like the WWE. People sang along, they booed, they cheered, they reacted, they stood up in their seats, and you had to be on your game to sing that stuff, which was really hard, but then do it. And she had an eidetic memory. She had photographic memory. She could look at a script once.
She got it.
And she's got it.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but that also helped her to be a very good duelist, and she was a fantastic sword fighter. Now, the other thing that makes Julie so interesting is that she was openly bisexual, and she made full use of that. She would play these big...
I like Julie.
She would play these big shows. She would go to the after parties. Maybe Moshi was doing parties back then.
Probably.
I don't know. He looks a little young for that.
He looks young.
But he would go to these big... she would go to these big after parties, and then she would dress as a man. And she would seduce the women, the wives of all the counts. And then she, in one particular story, she seduces this woman who is called the most beautiful woman in all of France. And she goes up and just kisses her in front of everybody.
Dressed as a man.
Dressed as a man. Her hat falls off. She's exposed as a woman. And her husband, the
most beautiful woman in the...
And he was called the stupidest man in all of France.
We don't like him.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're simpleton.
But he sends 3 guys to fight her. She then fights them all at the same time while she improvises an aria in French about the inferiority of their manhoods.
I like her a lot.
She had when she was younger, she had a girlfriend. That girlfriend was whisked away by her parents and sent to a convent. Julie tracks her down, enters the convent under false pretenses, becomes a nun, waits for one of the nuns to die, and then takes the dead body, puts it in her bed, and they burn the convent down and escapes with her girlfriend. Girl was a badass.
Yeah,
and
I would say so.
And she needs a musical.
And she's got one.
Yeah. And so when I wrote this story, the big problem in the country was, where are people going to go to the bathroom? Those were the days when that was the biggest problem we had. But it was a big deal. And people were like, trans people, that's new. We've never had these kind of people before. And, that's just not true.
They still have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, they still have to go to the bathroom. And these people, as long as you've been around, people different than you have been around.
Yes.
This is not a new thing.
Yeah, when people when they say, "Oh, this is a new thing," it's like, no, you're just being introduced to it.
It's new to you.
Yeah, like a baby is going to be introduced to water in a couple days, and then realize what it is. Maybe in a couple of years, it doesn't mean it was just discovered.
I hate
what
water.
is this?
It's terrible.
This is horrible.
But for my own journey in understanding the LGBT community, and I grew up in South Mississippi in the 70s, right? Gay was something that happened in New York and San Francisco.
Not a lot of that.
We didn't have it, and I didn't know anybody. And if I did, we didn't know that they were gay. Nobody was out in 1975.
I imagine there was fear of ridicule. There was just privacy. There was ostracization.
There's things going on over the whole country at that time of persecution and stuff. And it wasn't. In the 60s, you were getting arrested if you were being gay.
Yeah.
So all of that was going on. But in my journey, I didn't know any. So, I go to church and people tell me gay people are going to hell. I'm like, okay.
Especially as a little kid, you're indoctrinated with that. It's your programming.
That's what the grown-ups told me.
Yeah.
So
that must be true.
And I'm embarrassed to say it, but I think it's important to say it because it's never too late to shift and change your perspective.
Yeah,
I was
one of the coolest things about being a human being is we can change our mind because of information that we've gathered from the last time we had an opinion to now my opinion is different. Yeah. Where it's okay, you could do that.
So I was 40 and I started working at Disney World and I met gay people. And I'm like, oh, they're not monsters. They're just folks. And they're pretty fabulous. And it reframed everything that I knew. It's really easy to hate other people when you don't know any of them.
Yeah, it's fear of the unknown, know, and it's like, in my mind, I'm thinking, man, it's almost, there's 1,000 things wrong with it morally, but really you're hurting yourself if you put a blanket over a select group of people that you don't talk to, you've never met, you have no idea, but you go in with these prepositions of, this is fact, and then you go in, like you said, these actually, they're fantastic. These are incredible people. Yeah. Like, what happened? Where did that come from? And man, what a change in your vision, how you see everything.
And so that awareness then brought acceptance.
Sure.
And that acceptance is now turned to action.
That had to feel good. You seem like a guy who loves love. You know what I'm saying? You just love caring and you just love people. And it's like, man, that just...
Yeah. And so to do the show, I researched and I sat with a lot of my gay friends and just listened. I'm like, tell me your story. How was it? What does it mean to you?
Your journey.
And I sat with a friend of mine, a trans friend of mine, who was just so wonderful and just told me about how they grew up in Arkansas, right? And they're at 8 years old, knew they were in the wrong body.
Something's going on.
And I'm like, oh, I have no relation. I can't understand that at all, but I can understand how hard that would have been for you.
Oof.
And then as we're talking, and he gets to this part where he says, when I fall in love with somebody, it's because of who they are. They make me laugh. They are kind to me. They are intelligent. They are wise. They are caring. They are loving. That's the person that I fall in love with. What they have between their legs is really low on the priority level of things I'd look for.
How many times have people said, "Oh, this is just a shell. This is just a vessel"? Well, if it's just a shell and it's just a vessel, then why do we put so much weight on it?
Yeah. And she says, I love people, not parts. And that made it into the show.
Yeah.
Because I just think that's a beautiful way to frame it,
Sometimes the simplest mindsets can be very difficult for people to find ease shifting into. And my reply is normally, it's not always easy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it can be hard. Of course. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But worth it.
We can do hard things.
We do it all the time.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just a choice. Like, let me see. And when people say, well, I don't understand that, you don't have to understand it.
Right.
You don't have to understand it to be empathetic, to do your best to support and love and care. You don't have to understand.
Right.
And how, like you said, I don't understand what you've gone through, but I understand how hard that could have been.
Yeah.
Especially at that time. So a lot of that research that has baked into Queen of Swords.
Yeah, yeah. And so we have come up with a story, and it's been worked and massaged and edited and cut. And the first time we did a view of it, it was we did a kind of just a read through in Winter Haven with an audience, and it was like 3 hours long, and there were 6 songs that we hadn't done.
Wow.
And I'm like, okay, that's
now what is your fringe performance
long.
window?
Well, that's the thing. We started this as a fringe show,
right?
But it became apparent to me really quickly
Couldn't
that
do
it was just because fringe, you don't want to go over an hour,
yeah,
and you don't want to, you don't want to have a big cast. I've done a cast with 11 people, and that's a lot. So this show would take 25 people.
Nice.
And
wow.
So to really do it.
And seriously, you need a band, bro.
Yeah.
I was listening to that music.
I
want to see a drummer lose his freaking mind on some of these tracks, man. I mean, they were rocking. I was just losing my mind. Thank God I wasn't driving.
Yeah.
It was nuts. I was there drumming like Dave Grohl to Foo Fighters. I was losing my mind. It was fantastic, bro. It was really good.
It's awesome. And so now we've got it down to a fighting weight, we think, of around 2 hours and 15 minutes.
With an intermission, I imagine?
With an intermission, yeah.
How cool does that feel? Like you've got to play with an intermission. That to me just seems like, man, that's pretty cool.
It's great.
We got an intermission, man.
And just a word about Ben, who I wrote this with. I mean, what you listened to was, not the stuff from the EP, but, well, yes, the stuff from the EP. All of that was played by Ben or programmed by Ben.
Fantastic.
Every note of drums that is programmed.
Dude, he was rocking.
Yeah.
I was rocking with him.
Yeah.
I was losing my mind. It was fantastic.
And they can check this out. You guys can check this out at Spotify. Songs from Queen of Swords, or search Ben Shepler or Thom Mesrobian. It all comes up on Spotify. And we picked up, and it's also Apple Music. And
what is it called? Songs
from Queen of Swords. And so we picked 6 of our favorite songs, the ones that were the most completed as well.
And you said you have how many songs?
There's 20.
Stop it! Get out of here.
Not Idina Menzel.
Queen of dun. No. Is there something else I should throw in there?
Put in Shepler.
Shepler.
No, there's one P.
One P. This guy right here.
Yeah,
I love it. Let's see.
There it is.
Oh, this guy here.
One down.
Oh, this guy. Oh, this guy here. Rogue Sage. Distro Kid?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Oh, look at that. Fantastic. We're going to grab this. That's right. You guys are getting this link, baby. Now, granted, this will bring you to a lot of different places. You can kind of click on this, and it has Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, Amazon, and Deezer.
Yeah.
Nice, dude. Dude, that's awesome, man. And so 20 songs, how many are produced?
All of them are done.
Get out.
He just sent me another one on the way here. I was listening to it.
How cool does it feel to get a new message from him? And it's like, yo, check this out, Tom.
Yeah.
Because you know it's going to be awesome.
Yeah. It's pretty great. And the way we work is I will write a song, and bang it on keyboard and piano. Usually the things that I sent to him either sound like a country song or a Journey song, because that's kind of where I land.
Yeah, I get that.
Though I'm not a country guy at all, but it's the way it works. And so I'll send him that, and then he turns around and makes it relevant.
He's like, "Hey, this is what I did with your song."
Yeah, very much so. And it's the song I wrote, but it's relevant and
it's working.
Cool, and it's
Does I imagine his additions, his production still keeps that core emotion that you were trying to evoke with the song's origin.
Yeah, the thing we ask every time is this serving the story?
Amen.
And how does it serve the story?
Yep.
And if it doesn't, then it goes away.
Gotta go. If it doesn't make it better.
And we go back and forth all the time. We have a great collaborative relationship where, we can be very open and honest with each other. Because no, man, I don't like that. And he's like, okay, what about this? Yeah, that's better. So what about this? And he goes, no, I don't like that. Okay, well then how about okay, yeah, that's pretty good. And
is there a
I
I don't like that, try this, or is it just no, you're working on it, not too bad, but I don't like that?
Yeah, and then there's also a lot where I've come to wait until I hear what he has in his head.
Yeah.
Because what he has in his head is not what he sent me.
Gotcha.
He hears the whole thing, and he sent me like piano, bass, and drums.
And he hears all of this.
He hears it all.
Yeah.
And so I got to say, all right,
like, hey, what do you hear?
I'm going to let you go.
Nice.
I'm going to withhold judgment until you've got more on this. And, and he usually knocks it out of the park.
Dude, it was incredible, Tom. It was totally cool, and I wanted to give it attention. I wanted to, and if I listened to it at work, it wouldn't. I would have had to play it over and over again. So I was like, dude, in the car, we're just gonna rock out, and we did. We listened to the first song, then we talked about it, then we listened to the first song again, then the second song played, and I think I played that 3 times. Yeah. And then the third song played, we listened to that, and then we were just talking about the third song. The next thing I knew, the first song started again.
Right.
And I was like, guess we got to listen to it again. Here we go.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, you were sending
trying to give you
real-time commentary. Yeah, that was great.
Dude, it was great. It was great. Great professionalism. The production was fantastic. And I've listened to a lot of production. I know you've been a musician for a really long time and a creator and an actor and a performer. Be a Pirate, awesome. Let Me See Your Booty, coming out, great. Queen of Swords. When does Queen of Swords take place?
So Queen of Swords is going to be at Tim McHugh Arts Foundation, which is on Summerline.
There were some other pictures that I saw. Stand by, let me see if I can find them real fast, because I did want to talk about that.
We're actually part of a festival. There's a... Now, I don't know if have you ever been to Tim McHugh?
I have not.
Oh, man, you got to go. I have not been myself, but everybody tells me it is...
Tim McHugh Arts Foundation, Orlando.
It is one of the preeminent acoustical venues in town. It has phenomenal sound. It's somebody's house. It's an old house, and they've renovated it and turned half of it into a venue. It seats about 90 to 100 people. It has a double balcony, and it's all paneled wood inside, so it's acoustic.
How long have you known about Tim McHugh?
Well, I know people have been doing things there for a while, but I've never had a chance to go. And then I called a friend of mine and said, hey, where do you think I could do Queen of Swords? He said, call Tim McHugh. And I called them, and they were like, oh, yeah, that'd be cool. Let's do it.
What?
Yeah. And what they're doing, so they normally have musicians. They do jazz, they do avant-garde rock, they do all kinds of stuff. But it's mostly all music. It's actually run by Benoit Glazer, who used to be a musical director for Cirque du Soleil. I believe I'm saying that right. I think that's...
Since they were a house, I wonder if they still have a kitchen.
People still live there.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
And so he built this, and acts come in from all over the world to play it. And they're for March, they're doing a spoken word festival. So they're featuring original musicals, original operas, original plays. Ashley Ann Gardner just closed a play called The Knot. And I actually bought a ticket to stream it. I haven't gotten a chance to see it, but it's a fantastic, intimate place that we're going to rock the walls off. I'm really excited about this. And not only that, but there will be a 5-camera live stream, and it'll be available as video on demand.
Oh, that's awesome.
So if you buy the live stream ticket, which is $7.50.
Listen, it's worth it.
Then you get the video on demand. And you
$7.50? Get out of here.
$7.50 for the live stream.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, if you go in person, it's $25. But it supports the kind of stuff that goes on here at Tim McHugh, which is they just have a fantastic calendar. Check out their schedule, timmcquah.com.
I
all
love
kinds of
that,
stuff there.
dude.
So yeah, we should definitely-
Timucua Arts Foundation, Orlando. I'm glad, and it just the venue fits perfectly for the vibe of the
I think
performance.
so. I mean,
yeah.
They don't do a lot of harder stuff, so that's going to be interesting.
So you have two performances,
two
March
nights,
24th
yeah,
and 25th at 7:30 p.m. And you said it's about 2:15.
Well, let's hope so.
So
Yeah.
before 10, early enough
Yeah.
that if you need to get a good night's rest, no problem. You can have a great night out.
Yeah, it's the weekend.
At $25, not bad. You can't go anywhere for $25 these days, Tom. This is fantastic.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Go to see a movie, get a small popcorn and a drink, and you're like $40-$50 in, no joke.
For sure.
And this is going to be fantastic. And this is longer than most of your bullshit movies you waste all your money on. Just kidding. I like movies.
And we have a fantastic cast.
I'm just pushing people to Queen of Swords. Do it.
On the stage there, on the screen there, we got on the far left is Emma Pava.
Emma Pava.
Yeah.
That's a perfect name.
Yeah.
Sounds like a
She's
performer.
this beautiful Colombian.
Tonight we are going to see Emma Pava perform.
Yes, Emanuela. But she knew about Julie before I did. She has actually done some work with the Phantasmagoria troupe.
Absolutely.
And the character that she based her character on was Julie Daubigny. So
I've got a couple friends that have performed
Yeah.
in Phantasmagoria. Fantastic crew, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They're normally at MegaCon.
Yeah.
Their table was
sure.
right across from us the past 2 years, which is super cool. I love to see their performances. They're great.
So my girl here, we get in contact through Bill Warner, and
I know Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a troublemaker. He's got great hair.
And she knows Julie. She sings opera. She's classically trained. She sings rock. She sword fights. She speaks French. And she's pretty good with a bullwhip.
Wait, are you talking about the character this is based on or real life?
No, I'm talking about Emma.
What's up, Emma? Good job.
Yeah.
We like that. We love that.
And
she sounds like she's,
I'm
no
like,
pun intended,
hello,
a shoo-in.
universe.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. And that's her singing on the first song on Burn It All Down.
Dude,
that's
good.
That's her singing along with Mackenzie, who is to the right.
Mackenzie looks like I would not mess with her.
That's Ben's wife.
She looks dangerous.
And she's the female voice you heard on the deep cut I sent you.
Oh, bro, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And then Matt Stevens plays the role of Serran, and that was
He looks serious,
one
dude.
of Julie's early lovers.
He looks serious.
And Matt, you should see him stand up. He's about 6'9".
I was about to say he looks like a big dude.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
Holy smokes, bro.
He's actually the guy that worked on Tron.
Really?
Yeah.
What a cool world.
Yeah.
You're in a great world, Tom.
So,
I love that for you, man.
He sang This Is What You Do.
So they're all,
yeah.
How fantastic is that? We know that guy. We'll get there. We're just doing some Queen of Swords stuff right now. New rock musical.
Yeah.
So how long were you sitting on this theory, this idea, this dream?
2015 is when we started, so we're going on almost 7 years.
When did you start conceiving it? 2015 as well?
Yeah.
7 years.
Yeah.
It's got to be so much fun to watch this happen in like less than 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
how you feeling
it's
about
trippy. It's a lot, but it's exciting.
Do you have an acting part in this? Or you how do you feel about that? Good.
Good. Yeah.
Leave it to the professionals.
Well, I need to be outside of it and be able to watch it.
There's a lot,
and
a lot going on.
Not be in it. And we actually hired a director to come in and do this, Tara Cromer.
Heck yeah.
And one of the reasons we brought her on, besides being tremendously referred and award-winning as a director, but she's also a member of the LGBT community. And
nice. So she has an intimate connection to
we
this.
wanted to get that diversity into the creative team.
100%.
Because as much research as I've done, at the end of the day, I'm just a straight guy that wrote a play about lesbians.
Yeah, we're just writing plays, man.
And so we want to get that perspective on it. So, she's running rehearsals while I'm not there, and that's okay.
Thank you.
She's like, how much do you want me to change this? And I'm like, yep, no, please. That's why we.
Yeah, that's why you're here.
Yeah. So go.
We're here because we trust your vision.
Yeah.
And you see opportunity where we may not see it.
Yep.
So we're trying to give you maybe a nice canvas to work with, but feel free.
Yeah. So I'm super excited to see what they come up with. I'm heading there after we get done here.
Yeah?
I'm heading right over there.
How are you feeling about the journey so far from 2015 to where you guys are right now?
Well, when we started this, it was just, first it was a fringe show, and then it was like, well, let's just write it and see what happens.
Yeah.
And then it was like, okay, well, we could produce this, and then it'll be over. And then I came across the story of Hadestown. Now, Hadestown is a Broadway musical, and it won the Tony Award for Best Musical 2 years ago. It started as a 6-song EP by a folk singer, and she wrote this album, and somebody came along and believed in it and fleshed it out, and then they staged it, and then they performed on a hollowed out bus in Vermont, and then 10 years later it won the Tony Award for Best Show. And I'm thinking, if Hadestown can do that,
yeah,
I can do that.
That's one of the things that I think some people don't some younger or just artists in general, they don't give it enough time.
Yeah,
you got to give it time. You got to keep pouring it into it. You got to keep working at it.
I mean, for me, I surround myself with people who are better than me.
Dude,
and
that's the only way you're going to get better.
So I can, I can't write Hamilton. I can write a show that gets
you can write
to
Simpleton.
Here. Yeah, I can write Simpleton. I can rip somebody off. but I can write a show that gets to here. But then somebody else comes along and here, and then somebody else comes along, and investors and producers and directors, and then it becomes something much bigger than it ever was.
Yeah.
Six. I don't know if do you know the show Six?
No.
So I mean, that's a huge show. It started at Edinburgh Fringe Festival, and now it's on Broadway. It's touring. It's on cruise ships. It's everywhere. But
I'm excited to see the production
for
Queen of Swords. I'm excited to see what it looks like when I sit there and I watch this musical happen.
Yeah, well,
the visuals have to be. If it's anything like the music, they're going to be stunning.
Well, now let me temper those expectations just a little bit.
Temper them,
because this is.
If you ever want Thom to temper your expectations, he'll do it. TemperMeTom.com.
Been doing it for a long time.
Get out. That rhymes. It's perfect.
This is just to emphasize. This is a in-concert reading. So this will be actors at music stands reading and singing through the show.
Nice. So the performance is the musical.
It's
the
all
music,
focusing on the words.
Really?
And the sound. So
you
there
can
will
really
come
immerse
a time,
yourself into.
Yeah, there will come a time when we have a full stage production. We were supposed to do that in 2020, but hey,
things happen. Universe.
Yeah, and so
hope everybody's okay. By the way,
this is a step. What we want to happen from this is for people to come and see the show. We want eyes on the show. It's why we're doing it in Orlando, because there are so many more creative eyes in here.
So this is trying to spread the word and get the team together so you can procure the funding and the support, so then you can actually turn it into full.
I mean,
dude, the
Blue Sky, it would be somebody
awesome.
Comes along and say, hey, we want to put this on our main stage next year.
Love Blue.
Or, hey, I believe in the show. I'm going to give you, $10 million. Let's take it to Broadway. That's the Blue Sky
I like how you went with $10 million.
Well, it takes some money.
15 million. If anybody's got 15 million out there, give it to this guy.
But that's the hope. That's the.
Well, you're on the way, dude.
Yeah.
The music
One
is
step at a time, man.
Like John Hammond says, we spared no expense.
Spared no expense.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean, the talent you have involved in this is next level.
Yeah,
the production is fantastic.
Cast.
The music's incredible. If the reading, the story, I'm really glad that you, like you said, you reached out and you kind of tapped on the people that are intimately connected to this story to bring it to life, far bigger than you could do yourself. You reach out to those people that are stronger, faster, and they specialize in different things. And like, hey man, we believe in this vision, and let's help bring it to reality.
Yeah.
And now it happens 2 times in just a couple of weeks at 7:30 p.m. 24th, 25th.
Yep.
24th and 25th. Listen. It's going to be fantastic. There it is right there. Friday, March 24th and Saturday, March 25th. Timucua. Welcome to Tim McGraw Arts Foundation in Orlando. $25, not bad at all. But like you said, you can $7.50. You can stream it.
You can stream it or watch it on video on demand. 48 hours.
5 cameras.
After. Yeah.
5 cameras. And if you stream it, the audio, you're going to get a direct line from the board. So get your best headphones. Put on your coolest, awesome, most amazing headphones, or put it on your sound system in your house and rock the fuck out, man.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome. I was rocking out in the car yesterday. I was losing my mind. It was so good, Thom. It was so good.
Thanks,
and
man.
I know you had 1 hour. I stole about 14 more minutes of that from you. I hope that's okay. Man, please thank your team for allowing you to come and chat with me. This is super cool, Thom. It's always good to have you, man.
Great to have you.
It's always good to have you. People still are talking to me about the 5th year anniversary show here, and you and Landon performing. Moshi, I'm actually working on the 6th year anniversary. We talked last year, and I was explaining to him kind of the dynamic behind it. He goes, I don't know if you're going to be able to do this in your backyard for the 6th year. And I said, no, I don't know either. And he goes, I got just the spot. We can co-produce this. So
cool.
I think he's going to help me produce the 6th year anniversary, which of course I would love to have Sharktooth Sam there. So I know a guy. If he's still gallivanting around or is down to play some jams,
I'll talk to him. See what the can do
Always
it.
have a place on the stage, dude. Always have a place on the
Got
stage.
new songs.
Of course. Well, you're consistently creating,
Yeah.
which is another thing I like about you. You're always writing. You're always creating. You know, you're involved in a lot. You got a lot of spinning plates, dude.
Yeah.
You know, and that takes a good team. It really does. You know, KitchenKillaz is sometimes I'm one person behind a microphone, but there's a team of people behind me to help me keep the whole thing moving.
For sure.
You know, so and I always try, like you said, reach out to people that are they're a step above you. That's how we get better.
Yeah.
You know, so guys, make sure you check this out, man. Friday, March 24th and March 25th. Timuquoa Arch Foundation, Orlando, Florida. $25 tickets, not that bad. You're not going to go anywhere else and get this type of entertainment for any less.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot more.
And there's lots of other stuff going on all month long in the festival, so check it out.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I'm super excited to share some Fringe time. It's going to be really cool. I'm excited to get back on stage. Stage performing has been one of my favorite things for a really, really, really long time, for years and years and years. I was always in theater, you know, which is just, it's one of my favorite things in the whole world. So it's a small part, but I love my part, you know, and it's with Tracy and Bill, great writers. Patrick wrote a great play last year for Tracy and Bill. They crushed it. He's writing it again, which is just reading through it. It's incredible. I'm so happy to be a part of it. I'm happy to be able to share a festival with such creative people, you know, and outside of Fringe Festival, because, you know, he would have had to have a lot of stage time to rock Queen of Swords at Fringe, taking it even for Timuquoa, which is super cool. Now I have to look into that because that sounds amazing. And I bet they have a kitchen. I'm going to get up in there.
Yeah. There you go.
Is there anything else you wanted to share with the people, Tom? Anything, where can we grab some information? Is it Queen of Swords?
Roguestage.com.
Rogue Stage.
Not the Rogue Stage, just Rogue Stage.
Just Rogue Stage.
And, of course, we're all over Facebook.
Yeah.
And TimuquoaArts.com.
So cool.
It's just Timuquoa.com.
So everything that you're involved in, we can find out about at Rogue Stage.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice. So all your Sharktooth Sam, all your Fringe Festival, all your Queen of Swords, everything, Rogue Stage.
Yeah, we're all Queen of Swords right now, and then April 1st we'll transition.
Pull the trigger.
To Queen.
Absolutely. It's like
Sharktooth.
the switch track for the train. It's like, all right, you got this whole thing, this huge locomotive moving, so much production and time and love and energy, and you're like, all right, here we go.
Yep.
Full speed this way.
Yep.
I love it, man. Thank you so much, Tom. I appreciate you sharing some time with me tonight, dude.
Always, brother.
Always fun to have you. And again, thank your team for letting you come out and burn an hour.
Yeah.
You know, and always let me know what else you got going on. As you can see, I always love having you back. Huge shout out to Tony. Thank you very much. She's like, yo, we have to have wranglers. My wrangler's over there.
Yeah.
So before we go, I do want to say this. Today is Jess B's birthday.
Yeah.
She's 25 years old. So a huge shout out to Jess B. So I figured I'm gonna give you a little. Let me do a little effects on that. Try that, Tom. Do you have a little reverb there?
I do.
Oh, it sounds fantastic. You want to do a little happy birthday, Jess B?
Let's do it.
How do you feel about that?
I like it.
Jess, do you want to join us on camera with Tonya? How do you feel about that? You can join us real quick. You guys are cute. Oh, yeah, so everybody, listen, Matthew Pfeiffer, good to see you. Tracy Perry, Nathan Drew, and Jason Wyman. We're going to jump on this. David Naylor, great to see you guys. Tracy, good to see you.
Hey,
My man
Tracy.
Kyle. Henderson, reach out to me. We're going to get you some tickets. Let's do a little happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jesse. Happy birthday to you. We're taking it on the road, Tom. You want us to sing your birthday song? We'll do it, baby. Oh, and we even get it with the reverb. So thank you guys very much for joining us tonight. A huge shout out. Happy birthday, Jespy, to our lovely lady, Tonya. There she is. Hello. Tom, thank you for joining us, man.
Always.
I'll let you do your thing. We're checking out Queen of Swords. We got Fringe coming up. We got MegaCon coming up. I know I was also playing a TikTok at the exact same time from 7:30 to 8 live. Don't go look at it because now it's gone because we're not live anymore. It's 8:19, but we totally did it. I did a clone of mine, which is fantastic. Tom Cheat Me had a resin print one. We're going to get going, baby. You guys have a good day. Stay out of trouble. I'm going to put up this beautiful thing right here for you guys to check out. Queen of Swords, a new rock musical, Friday, March 24th, Saturday, March 25th. Timuquoa Arch Foundation, Orlando, Florida. $25 a ticket. I'm going to be there. Probably the Saturday one. I'm going to be there on Saturday. It's going to be fantastic. I'm super looking forward to it. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. My name is Billy Floyd. This is the one and the only Sharktooth Sam himself, Thom Mesrobian. Writer, creator, visionary.
All right, and on that note.
Top 10 tips on how to have great locks. Check it out. Tom teaches you how to have these gorgeous, gorgeous curls. I'm only on step 3. How awesome is that? I can't wait for step 10. We're going to get crazy, baby. You guys have a good night. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.